Alright everyone, welcome back. Kult of Athena Blade Reviews. Today we have the Windlass Sword of Roven. This one has been sharpened by Mark. So thank you, Mark, for putting a sharpening service on this one. We have a ribbed grip. It's a wood carved underneath with a leather wrapped grip. Pretty awesome fuller running through it. And a very sharp, long blade. We'll do some specs on it very quickly. Do an overview of it, some up-close looks, and then we'll do some cut testing on the tatami mats. Let's get to it. All right, measuring this one out, this is a 37.5-inch blade. So if we get up close here, we'll see, like I was saying before, little fullers, two fullers running to the sides here. This part of it is not sharp, so you could technically work this with a little bit of a shortened grip if you chose. We have a fuller running all the way through the blade. So that's going all the way at the tip, right before the striking surface, and then it becomes a cross section, a diamond cross section. You can see from the angle the shadow on the blade. So it's 37.5 inches on the blade. It's 47.5 inches of the overall length. Like I was saying before, the grip. So we have a wood carved core to the actual grip, and then it's wrapped in leather. You can see it's very tightly wrapped. Try to get some light here on it. It's very tightly wrapped together. Not super sticky in the sense of like where I feel like my hands are stuck to it. However, because you have the ribbed grip, whether you're using this more toward the pommel or your hands would be closer together, or even if you have it for one hand, it still offers that grip to be very versatile. The crossguard and the pommel are a mild steel, and of course this is a peened pommel. So that peened pommel, get an up close look of it, allowing you with that tapered pommel to let the heel of your hand, the left or the right hand, sit into that grip depending on how you're holding this. All right, moving into a few more details on this Sword of Roven from Windlass. We also have, like I said before, the wood carved grip. It's a ribbed grip with leather wrapped around it, finely stitched. The grip length itself is 6 inches, all the way right before the guard, all the way to where the leather ends. It's 6 inches on the grip. It also comes with a standard Windlass scabbard. We can see we have a piece of steel running here to match the mild steel on the crossguard. The back end of it as well. The very end of the tip, of course, if you were going to wear this, you want to have a steel tip on the end of your scabbard. That way, if you are wearing this as like, you know, reenactments, or if you are wearing it for cut testing and things like that, and if you do kneel down or you bump into something, the tip of the sword is not going to go through the scabbard. Not a whole lot of retention. I wouldn't trust it. I would never really carry a sword upside down anyway, even if I was walking with it. Always keep the pommel facing up. And then yeah, it draws very nicely as coming out of the actual scabbard. Of course, if we put the scabbard down, you have all your different cuts as well. If you're working with longsword stuff, you have all your thrusts. The grip feels solid. It's quite a heavy blade, to be honest with you. It's a good thing that they took the time to add the diamond, not just the diamond cross section, but also the 3 fullers running through this. This blade is about 2.5 pounds, 2 3/4 just about, but still very versatile. Having the balance of the pommel here allows you to kind of lever this for allowing you to still perform cuts at a relatively effortless rate. Still allows you to maneuver the blade very well. So from here, let's go ahead and take a look at some up-close looks of this blade in the scabbard and out of the scabbard, and then we'll do some cut testing to it. Getting some up-close looks of the blade in the sun. Take a look at the pommel and the ribbed grip. The fullers are my favorite part out of this because they give it really aesthetic, make it really aesthetically pleasing. Running all the way up until the striking surface, where the diamond cross section starts to play up. If you see dust on it, it's just from the scabbard. Sometimes the Windlass blades will come with a little bit of dust on them, so it's not corrosion. Take a look at the sword in hand. So that whole part right here that you're seeing with the short fullers is not sharpened. If you want to add a sharpening surface to this one, click the little check mark so we can get that taken care of for you. See the transition point from the fuller into the cross section, right where the striking surface is. And then we have the blade in the scabbard. So that way you can see the mild steel right here is matching the cross guard. That's just a black leather scabbard. Really, that's a standard scabbard from Windlass. Steel tip. And if we flip this over, see the stitching on the back. All right, we took a look at some specs in the scabbard, out of the scabbard with the Windlass Sword of Roven. Let's go ahead and pan over to the cut testing on the tatami mats. All right, so let's take a look here. So that last cut pulled a little bit, but we'll see that we got all the way through it almost. So really good cutting performance. There has been a sharpening surface added to this one. Mark added that, so thank you, Mark, for doing that. If Mark's ever done a sharpening surface for you, make sure that you thank him in the comments below. But pretty good blade here. Did pretty solid in the cut testing. So thanks for joining me for this blade review of the Windlass Sword of Roven. If you want to see more Windlass items, click the link below to shop Windlass longswords. Really awesome selection they have. They have a very vast selection of swords in general, but also a lot of longswords. Subscribe to the channel, like this video. If you do want to see more Windlass in the coming future, let us know for demos, and we'll see you in the next video.